time to boss up. Sorry, Kevin James. I'm talking about the original King of Queens, Daymond John.
I love that jacket.
Thank you, dude. This is not FUBU, but this is Shinesty. Shinesty.com. They're my suit people. I wore this to the VMAs one year. I mean, this is like my.
I love how they use the extra fabric to make a tie. That is absolutely amazing.
You got to use every part of the buffalo, right?
All day. Nothing goes to waste around here.
11th season of Shark Tank just wrapped up tonight. You've been there since day one, pilot episode over a decade and 245 shows ago. How did you get involved initially? Was there a casting process for it?
Yeah, so this is back when, smartphones weren't big, and I never answered my my office phone, and I would have 300 messages a day, and all be people telling me how to spend my money. And somebody left something saying, "This is Mark Burnett calling. We want you on a show called Shark Tank." My secretary told me. I said, "Bullshit. That's not Mark Burnett. Don't worry about it." But she said, "Let me call." She said, "It actually is Mark Burnett's office. They want to test you on a show called Shark Tank." I said, "All right, well, let me get on a video kind of conference with them." I got on a conference with them. They told me I'm going to have to spend my own money. And they told me about all these other bozos that were going to be on the show that I never heard of. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not spending my own money. I need to get paid if I go to Hollywood, and you guys are pimps. I don't want any part of this. They said, just come on out. Now, you know what? At that time, I wasn't married. I had a side piece in L.A. I said, all right, you're going to pay for the trip to L.A.? I'll go to L.A. I'll get a free trip. I filmed the pilot. The pilot gets picked up. And by the way, I was wearing my earrings at the same time because it was obviously, it was 13 years ago. I was going out to a club and I wanted to impress my side piece with my earrings. After the show get picked up, they said, for continuity, you got to keep your earrings in all the time because that's how people know you. And that's it. That's how I got on Shark Tank.
And I guess Mark had read about you and thought you'd be good on camera. I mean, had you had any camera experience before that?
Yeah, I actually went on to Donnie Deutsch, Big Idea, and various other things where I was breaking down pitches and I was talking about business. And so they knew that I knew how to work the camera angles. And I went to directing school for a little while because when I was placing, products and music videos, I always wanted to know the lens that the director was shooting with and everything else. So I knew that if my stuff was going to be in it. So I knew positioning and everything else, but they picked me. I guess, they needed a token smart guy, and I decided to become the token smart guy.
The smart guy, right. Yeah, no, I was curious if there was some kind of audition process to test how good are you at tenting your fingers.
And I'll tell you the truth, when they sent the contract over, I turned it down because at that time I was representing these 3 girls that I was going to mentor on a show, and I did all their product placement. And I was going to be on their new cable show coming out, and I said, I'm going to be on this cable show 3 times a year. That's 9 minutes. And they were like, you can't do any other show but ours. And I turned down the show when they gave me the initial offer after the sizzle reel. And I remember an agent who wasn't even my agent called me and said, why would you turn down a Mark Burnett show by Sony on ABC for 3 girls that nobody will ever know named the Kardashians? Why would you ever do that? And then Khloe Kardashian found out that I was going to turn down the show because of her, and she fired me from representing them. She said, I would never get in your way. In the first 2 years of the Kardashians, when I was shopping them for product placement, nobody believed me that they would be the people they are today. Well, honestly, I didn't think they would be the people they are today. I thought maybe 25% of who they are today. So if you look in the first 3 seasons of the Kardashians, they're wearing my brand called Coogee because nobody else would pay me to put their stuff in the Kardashians. So I said, girls, I screwed up. I can't. None of my people will believe me. I can't get any of the brands I know to believe me. So I'll give you the money and just wear my stuff. And that's why they're wearing Coogee in the first 3 years.
I had no idea that you were at this crossroads where it was Shark Tank or Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I guess both were phenomenal successes. Maybe the Kardashians would have made you a little more money. I don't know. What do you think?
They would have made me a lot more money because I wouldn't have to invest in 50% of the things I lose money on, but 50% I make money on. I would have just been sitting back saying, Kim, take this picture. And I'd have made all the money.
Isolate Night with Scott Rogowski, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern.